Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome to the channel, and thank you for allowing me to be part of your day. Guys, I appreciate you more than you know, more than you can ever know. I'm grateful to you and for you. So please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget I have a second channel. Everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skip. Guys, so I wanted to talk to you about a few things. One thing is, did I really see Gypsy Rose singing to a vacuum? First, I thought it was AI. I did. I thought it was AI. And I said, this AI is getting pretty good. And then I saw people report on it. And I said, it's not AI. How could she want us to stop reporting on her when she gives us such cringe-worthy material to speak of? That's the question. Because here's the thing, Gypsy whore doesn't want us to at all. She does not want us to stop talking about her. She wants us to, and in case we don't have anything to talk about, she's going to put up a cringeworthy video of us to talk about and make fun of. Because she knows she ain't got no rhythm. She knows she doesn't look any better than a 6 or 7-year-old singing into a vacuum cleaner, wishing upon a star that they were the next Taylor Swiftie. But she's not. And she's all right doing that mommy, M-U-R-D-E-R-E-R. And we're just supposed to let her infiltrate the web and talk to 16-year-olds, follow 16-year-olds, and encourage 16-year-olds to be the worst version of themselves. That is not an influencer. That is a bad person. So Gypsy was in fact following a 16-year-old who was idolizing Gypsy for what she did to her mom and was hopeful that maybe she could do the same thing to her mom. This is seriously, and when people report on this behavior, which is bad behavior, no matter how you look at it, it's BAD, it's bad behavior. But when people are reporting on stuff like this, you got this other side that's saying, oh, that's all natural, and that behavior should be okay because that's Gypsy, and we do whatever Gypsy says regardless, even though that's how cults are formed. You know, when people like Gypsy, manipulators, that's what she's good at. She's very good at manipulating. When people like Gypsy, the master manipulators, get their hands on the minds of somebody who's having a bad day, somebody who's having a weak moment, somebody who thinks their world is over or going to end, and Gypsy has the ability to be like a magnet towards them and talk them into things that maybe, for the moment, they can't talk themselves out of. Kind of what Nick did. But Gypsy should be talking to 16-year-olds. That's good, right? Those minds are strong, and they're already formed, so there's no chance of manipulation there. Guys, this is a huge red flag. Much more than her singing into a vacuum, of course. This is huge. This is honestly how cults are formed, and this is exactly what she did to Nick. She manipulated Nick into doing something bad that he thought was to rescue Gypsy. Would you want her to talk to your 16 or 17-year-old sister, brother, child, cousin, grandchild, or neighbor? Seriously? Is that what you would want? Because I wouldn't. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think she should be online. This is how the first crime began. And we're going to watch it all over again? Nobody should be alerted. And when we are alerted and we report on it and talk about it, then you get people on the other side that make fun of people's heritage, right? Didn't I hear something about somebody making fun of somebody's culture? You know, like they could help change their culture even if they wanted to, but they shouldn't. Ancestry is really important for those people that take pride in who they are. But for the people talking about them, they have no pride at all.
What Morbid looks like. Y'all ready? I want everybody to put a 1 in the chat if y'all want to see what Morbid looks like.
Or 2 if you have ever seen him.
Put a 1 in the chat if y'all want to see Morbid. What Morbid looks like. Y'all ready?
Ancestry is really important for those people that take pride in who they are. But for the people talking about them, they have no pride at all, and they have nothing that they can relate to. So of course they would make fun of somebody because they looked different. You look different. We all look different. So when content creators come out and they just make fun of people that have brought people together, I'm talking about Skip. Yeah, because I saw the video. Yeah, I saw the video that she did on Morbid, the live stream, where, I guess I got to the point where she was going to show the picture of the person, and just, I guess, I don't see where it's funny that somebody looks a little different because that's where their ancestry is. We all come from somewhere. He really can't help that, my friend Morbid, and I don't think he would want to help that. But you know what, Skip? He's right. You're a felon, and you could have helped that. And this piss poor behavior hasn't changed at all. So I reckon at some point you're going back. You wanted to come out and be a better person, you said. When was that supposed to start? When was that supposed to start? I've gotten all those emails and shit that you sent me. Bullshit. Bullshit. I call bullshit. Guys, I read the things that you guys wrote about how Morbid made you feel, and how some people, that was their social event every other night. Because some of you are sick, some of you are recovering from surgeries, some of you feel like you don't even belong in this world. Yet you looked forward to Morbid's live streams. That's important. That's really important. And that's somebody doing more good than bad. People said, what did Morbid do? Well, I didn't see anybody that bought Dee Dee a place for her ashes to go, including Gypsy, including the family. And let me tell you something. You want to say something about Morbid? I dare any of you that are knocking him to try to get 500 to 1,000 people to follow you. Because your numbers are weak. He had that money for that urn in less than an hour. He had 500 to 1,000 people and then a lot more listening on the replay and doing what he asked them to do. So he was a leader to about 500 to 1,000 people just one night. One night, and made a difference. What have you done? Where is your claim to fame? Besides the fact that you're a felon.
What Morbid looks like. Y'all ready? I want everybody to put a 1 in the chat if y'all want to see what Morbid looks like.
Or 2 if you have ever seen him.
Put a 1 in the chat if y'all want to see Morbid.
Did you know how stupid you sound when you're asking somebody what they did? In the meantime, you couldn't lead people anywhere. And he did. Own that. Guys, social media is very important. I'm going to tell you why. Because this is how they found Gabby Petito. Because a lot of these amateur sleuths that a lot of people are saying about the content creators, they're finding things out that are helping, that are making a difference. Karen Reed would be rotting in a jail cell right now if it wasn't for Turtle Boy screaming how unfair everything was and getting media attention. So how we choose to wear our hats and what we choose to say with a microphone in front of our face is really friggin' important. And when you sit there and you bash somebody who he didn't do anything because you didn't agree with him, Morbid gave everybody a chance to get on his panel and talk. Everybody got a chance to get on his panel and talk. And then when he had enough of all the bullshit, he had enough of all the bullshit. And that's when people started getting pissed off about it? Or was it that you're still hanging on to the past that he's worked himself out of? Non-repeat. You want a second chance, Skip. Right? Second, third, fourth, fifth chance. You want people to leave you alone, right? Maybe he does too. How come it only applies to you? What did he do? I didn't do anything to you. I thought everything was cordial between us. And then behind my back, you put something up there. It's weak. You're weak. Starlight's absolutely right. You're weak. Guys, we can keep having this war on social media. I'm sticking up for Morbid because I read the people that said that was the only form of entertainment they had was his live streams. That's where they felt connected. That's where they felt like they belonged. Some people even went as far as to say that they really felt like a nobody until they felt like somebody's nobody. So that's what Morbid did. And if he did that for one person, he did it for one more person than you did. But he did it for a lot of people. Read the comments. And then you can ask what he did. Guys, how we choose to conduct ourselves online is totally up to us. Who you choose to follow is totally up to you. This is Issues with Toddy One Skip. Be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Thanks, guys.